Here we have the Hyperloop rack, also known as HLVR4. This is a 4-ton racking system. It comes in the box shown here, and the 2 Hyperloops that are already unpackaged. Here we took out the components of the Hyperloop that come in the box. You see there are 6 of them, and they're labeled A through Z. And we skip the 6th one from F to Z because, and it's this piece right here, because that shouldn't be installed until the 2 Hyperloops are already on the rack itself. So with that, let's go ahead and put the loop together. The rack comes together where you see number 1 goes into number 1. And you want to make sure to use pipe cleaner and the PVC glue. We're just putting it together for demonstration purposes only. So it is important to glue these pieces together, but you see they come together nice and easy. And then again, number 2 goes with number 2. And they're only labeled on one side, that way you know which piece goes where. So you don't put them upside down. Some of them don't matter, but there are a couple that do. And again, there's the blank. And number 3 goes with number 3. And finally, piece E, where the number 4 goes with number 4. So with pipe cleaner and glue, it would have taken a little bit longer, but not much longer. And now we're just going to be putting the 2 Hyperloops on the rack to give us our 4 tons of energy. So to start with, we're going to take the header and push it right through the first gate in the center of the whole rack. You see how it pops through right there? And now you can unwind the Hyperloop and then thread it through the rest of the rack. Now it is important here that we go through the back piece, not around that side bar, but yes, around this side bar here in section B. So just make sure also, if you need to verify by looking at the picture, which bars to go around. Basically, we're just going around all the inside bars in the first loop, and then we go around the back outside bar, and the second go around here. Obviously this is easier if you have 2 people, but we're showing how quickly it can be done even with 1 person. And we pop it through the gate. And now we have the first 2 tons. Now we'll put the second 2 tons on here for a total of 4. The second loop here goes through the gates at the front of the rack. So in the same way, we're going to pop the headers through the gates. And then we're just going to wrap it around the outside of the whole rack. This one's a little bit easier. Now don't worry about the fact that the Hyperloops are coming together right here, because that's going to be fixed with that last piece that we left out intentionally. The reason is that it's much easier to put the second header through the second gate over here before we put tension on the back of the rack. Alright, now we space it out in the back, and now we're going to take that piece that we had left over, which we call Z intentionally, to make sure that it's clear that it doesn't go on until the end. Again, use the PVC solvent to get a good solid connection. And that's the rack all put together. Now, of course, you'll put the zip ties in. You'll see these spacer bars that are right at the edge, and they have holes in them. Here, you can see the holes in them, so the zip ties can connect straight to the piping to make sure to keep everything stable and off the bottom. And finally, before we tip it over, let's just show over here that here we have the 2 inlets. These at the end of the headers, the couplings, that's where the water is going to be coming in, or the glycol solution is going to be coming in. And over here we have our outlets, which can be connected with standard fusion methods, where you can have a 90 and bring them together into a manifold method to come in and out. And now we can tip it up, and you can see the configuration from bottom to top. And that's the whole wreck.